Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Logging from Scratch episode. Last time we were playing, we just kind of started yarding up some of the wood that we had knocked down here. So I'm going to just fire things right off by getting the processor rolling here. Now we're cutting to 6.5. I have made some modifications to the trucks since the last time I was playing, so it's a strong possibility that we should have a better working vehicle. Again, it's in beta as of like today, so if things don't work out, don't be surprised. Whenever I'm modding, it's always an adventure to see what's going to happen next. We're just going to throw our scraps over there. Now, hopefully all these trees stay up here while we're working. That would be ideal. If I can actually get a hold of them here. There we go. I need to get... oh, we got a tree escaping over there. I can see it in my other monitor. We need to get a chipper up here, I think is going to be the next plan. And we could just attach it to whatever, doesn't really matter. I think we lost that one tree. It's okay, we can always pull it back up here. And let's get this one. It's a different kind of working environment here, this close quarters stuff. So you just kind of got to figure out your own rhythm and what works best for you while you're logging to get everything rolling nice. I'll tell you, it's sure nice not having those bent pieces of wood on this one. They're going to make a visit back to us again one more time and when we do the Port Murray single-player series there. But after that, I believe we should be good. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I just don't like those bent trees. They're just a pain in the butt. The bent ones are a pain in the buttocks. And like I said, with the physics and stuff, it just kind of causes a bit of a disaster. Oh, there's that tree right down there. We might be able to just go grab it here. Let's see. See if we can scoop it. I might just give it a little snip here. There you go. Angle cut. And we'll just throw that one right there. Yeah, so hopefully with the way I got the new trailer... Oh, yeah, right. This video is going to show you guys the new machine. Dun, dun. So what I have now is I have an unloader. Check this out. Well, actually, I'm going to... Yeah, well, you know what? We can go test it out here. Where are you, you big bugger? Okay, so this is the load that we're going to unload. The longs were way too long to do. So I'm going to put this over here for the time being. And now, introducing the LeBaire. It's roughly based off of an LH40. It's not a perfect replica of an LH40, but it's basically what it is. Now, this guy's in beta testing. I'm still working on the weights and tires, so it's going to drive. It drives a little wonky. I'm still kind of working that out, but on flat terrain, it's not too bad, but once you get anything with a bit of a lip on the ground, it starts to get really wacky. I also can't drive it onto trailers right now because there's some stuff going on there, but yeah, we're definitely working on it. Slowly but surely. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful little machine, and it does its job quite well, as hopefully we'll see here. Now, this one, the first comment and the first thing that people I'm sure will bring up is this one does not have stabilizers. There's no stabilizers. So the drop-down stabilizers that normally go into these little pockets, didn't include them on this one because, honestly, it really doesn't need it. I'm going to push the tires out a little bit further to give them a little bit more poke on the sides. But, yeah, honestly, with the weight and balance of this guy, you don't need stabilizers. And in the last game, it was always a pain in the butt because you'd try to lower your stabilizers on wacky ground, and it would sit at odd angles, and it would slide down hills. So the ground physics versus the in-game physics, if it's not on a tire, it doesn't seem to like the ground so much, so it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. But yeah, no, it's got the full dangle head on it that a whole bunch of people were asking about. So it's got the full dangle head, and it's got the raised cab and all that fun stuff. So like I said, the cab actually goes up and down. And to raise and lower your cab will be your telescopic button for whatever your forward or telescope arm is. So we'll do some unloading here. These logs are extremely large for doing this kind of unloading, but they should be all right. These are actually going to be a little heavier than what I'm used to. So we'll see how it handles it here. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, these are extremely heavy. Now, normally if you get like 6.5s, they're perfect for unloading. You can do full grapples and not lose your balance very much. But I'm going to widen the tires on it and do some other stuff. I figured it'd be fun to introduce it into the series to show you kind of its beta status for the time being. Imagine this will be coming out eventually. I don't know where we are in the series, so I can't give you guys a prediction. Whether you have it by now or whether it's coming, or it's hard to tell. But very cool little machine. Makes unloading fun again, which is kind of what I wanted. Because unloading with a button top was always a pain in the butt, but these things are actually pretty fun to unload with. They're actually fun to load with as well. I started using one in my time-lapse, the end of Grizzly Mountain time-lapse series there. I started using it for that forwarder trail I built. And yeah, it actually works like a charm. So I want to know... So these are 7.9 logs. So it basically 8, these ones that I'm unloading right now. So I'm kind of curious to know how much an 8-meter log, one bunk of an 8-meter log would be worth. So we're going to unload this, and we'll find out here exactly what the cost will be, which is kind of exciting. But yeah, no, for a dangle machine, oh man, works like a charm. Works really good. I'm really happy with it. Again, these are way heavier than what I would normally unload, so it's actually handling them quite well. You get a little bit of a balance issue if you try to swing them around like a crazy person. See how it kind of tilts like that? But as long as you can handle them decently, it should be just fine. And last one. What do you guys think it's going to be worth? Take a guess. Take a random guess. I'm going to guess like 60K maybe for one bunk. That might be a bit of a stretch. But they are 8s, and I think 8s are the sweet spot for money, so... Let's plunk this down here. Doot. Yeah, cool. Sell points over here, so here we go. How much? Oh, it's close. 54,412. So I wasn't like crazy off, but yeah. And this guy, now I mean it's dependent on how you guys like to do this. I like to put it right in the middle without going through the cab too much. We can, oh yeah, we can totally go through the cab. Be careful with that. That's kind of where I like to put the main crane, on the front. I wish there was like an automated stance, but some people like to put it in the bucket. You can do whatever you want. I like it because it looks funny on the front when you're driving. So again, I've made adjustments to this truck and the hauler truck as well. You'll notice they steer a little more accurately. They're way less wriggly than they were before. And they have more speed now. So you can really get them up. I think the max now is 110. It used to be 79, I think, or 78. So just going to kind of... Oh, let's turn a light on here. Just kind of trickle our way up the hill here. They're still just as gutty, but I did gear them down a little bit so that they kind of feel a little bit better going up hills. Because before it would almost feel like they like rocket launched up a hill a little quick. And if you hit any kind of a divot or anything like that, it would send it launching into space. So now they're a little bit better. It's such a hard balance. If anybody watched the live stream, you guys know what I'm talking about. How many calculations you're playing with per minute and trying to balance out your weight versus your suspension versus your tire versus your weight of your tire versus the weight of the machine versus loaded versus unloaded. It's just like this. It's this never-ending Rubik's Cube of just crazy things and combinations to make it balance out. But this one feels pretty good, and driving it's better. I also made it so the tires, if you're driving with a mouse and keyboard, the tires actually turn a lot faster than they did before. So backing up, driving forward, that kind of stuff will feel a lot more natural to you if you're using a mouse and keyboard like I am driving. Pretty crazy. So now, let's go here. I think we have a loader, have a loader. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to, well, I was thinking about loading this up, but maybe we'll use an actual real trailer. Bring that up after. Let's see if we can meander through this and check out our new road that we're going to be building. It's pretty exciting. So yeah, like it still has some suspension give, like a little bit, but not a whole lot of give. because this thing is a very heavy unit and you got to transport a lot of stuff with it. But it does feel smoother to drive than the last one did. That's for darn sure. Okay, so let's actually move our little Tiger Kitty here. Shift it this way a bit. I want some room for that guy. Now what I do need to do is get some kind of a chipper up here for sure. And I can put that probably on the front end of this guy, or wherever the front is. Hey, where's my brackets? Oh, they're there. Yeah, so the front end of that guy. Yeah, it's a pretty wild little truck, this one. She's trying to get a picture here. What about that? Is that a good picture? Looks kind of ridiculous, but whatever. Let's go here. And then I had a big request from a lot of people to add my logos onto the machine. And I do, like, I do want to add my logos on it because I think it's cool, but I want to do it in a tasteful way where it's not just like, you know, stupid looking. Like, technically, that is the same text I use for my my logo. But I don't know, I don't think I want to put, like, the FDR Logging name. I just want to put the FDR logo somewhere. But I don't know where. I could put it above that, I guess. And on the truck, I mean, I can just throw it on the doors. That looks fine. But I want it to be, you know, sort of tasteful. Oops, I was clearing these. I don't want it to be like this big, nasty looking logo that ruins the look of the vehicle either, right? So we'll see. I'm going to play with it. I'll just add little logos because I don't want to get too crazy. Everyone's like, well, you should be proud of the stuff you make. It's like, well, I'm proud of it. Don't think I'm not, but I just want everybody to have a good experience, and I don't want to showboat the stuff too much, so I feel it gets enough of its own showboating. Alright, here we go. So these are 6.5s, I believe, now. So these are way easier to load, way easier to handle, too. Just remember those 8s, we were whipping them around, the whole truck was just like, woo! Granted, I have done lots of modifications to the truck to make it a little heavier, a little more balanced. It's a constant strew of changes. But thanks to somebody on the Giants forum, and I did not catch the name, I just saw the link and grabbed the info. I found a way, or he found a way to make it so you can actually modify these, modify the mods in-game while the game's running and just reset them. So I'm really excited about that because it was so annoying zipping and unzipping and zipping and unzipping. I mean, granted, you can make mistakes and screw things up, so you got to be careful. That's why I back everything up, but it's so much faster to mod, it'll save me hours and hours of time per modding session for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load these up, and obviously we're not going to get a full bunk out of it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab that loader over there, and we're going to throw another grapple or two on there. There we go. Bloop. And like I said, we need a grinder up here pretty quick because it's getting kind of ugly. So we'll bring something up here for that. And I'm also working on, and I haven't built it yet, I'm probably going to build it tomorrow actually. I'm working on building a little pull trailer for this guy that I can bring behind it. Now my big problem that I see is, so it's got a hitch on the back here that I put together, this ugly little hitch. Now the biggest problem I see that's going to kind of constitute an issue will be loading that back trailer. Because what would have to happen is I'd have to drop off that trailer and then I'd have to load it with the arm. The only thing I could do to correct that would be to put that arm in the center of it and then load from the back, but I think that'd be a bit of a nightmare too, trying to make that work, so we'll see. I'm going to play with it and see what we can do, but I might make just a little pull trailer just so you can bring a little more wood. It'll be exactly the same size as what I got on the back end of this thing right now. So it won't be any different than that. Oop. It's becoming nighttime in this game here. I'm going to have to speed up some time. Alright, so what I want to do, like I said, is I want to basically park this here. Let's actually throw those little ones on there. That'll be fun. And then we're going to grab our... Oops, we'll need to pull that ahead a bit more. Probably about there. That looks good. And now we're going to grab our big loader, because this guy will be able to do it way quicker than me grabbing him with that little clam. And we'll just top up the bunk. This will actually be an easy way to get rid of these sticks that we have here, just by filling up part of the bunk and then grabbing the rest and kind of back and forth it a bit. This little piece. What are you doing here, little friend? Where'd you come from, little guy? But yeah, no, so it's been pretty fun. I've been getting some wild stuff done modding. Oh, hey, look at that. We got a chipper right there. Or a grinder. So we don't have to bring one up too far. I just got to figure out what I'm going to attach it to. I could probably go pick it up with that self-loader when we come back up here, actually. Try to lock it to the thing or something. Alright, so let's unlock this load real quick. And we're just going to load this bad boy up with these little sticks here. Ooh, man, that was a satisfying grab. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to rewind that later and watch it because that was pretty awesome. Look at that. Oh, I love the little sticks. Something so satisfying about the little sticks. It's not very satisfying cutting them with a processor because it takes so damn long, but very satisfying to cut them for sure. And we'll grab all of this. Look at that. Oh, I love that look. I love the look of the little teeny sticks all piled up like that. So good. My only one concern is this. Having, like, I wonder if I should have a guard here. I might add a guard there just for fun. Because I feel as though there should be something stopping them from hitting the front end of that. Maybe I'll put, like, another scrawny version of a headache rack or something on the front. I could probably make the trailer longer. I guess that's possible. But I don't really want it much longer because then it's going to be, might as well just have a medium length trailer to bring in there. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard call. It's a very hard call. Let's see how heavy we can stack this thing. I don't know what's going to happen when we start piling it on like this, but I think these are really long too. These are like 7. These are the 7.9s or the 8 meter logs. I don't think I'm going to put any more on there than that. That's pretty wild. Good enough. So we got the little 6s supporting and then the 8s on top. That's ridiculous. That's a beauty load though. Here we'll get a picture. I just want to correct this so it looks a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, why not? It's a neat little shot there. And I have no doubt in my mind this truck will be able to handle it just fine because I know how much weight I've put on it. And if it can handle its own weight plus pulling stuff, I'm sure it won't have any issue. Oh yeah, she's doing just fine. We're just gonna gun it out of here. Try to get down before the mill closes. Don't think I'm gonna have quite enough time to unload the whole thing here, but I'll get it parked in its position so when we come back we can do a full unload. And again, there's something so satisfying about unloading even those little tiny sticks. So cool. Need more tiny trees. Plus bunching tiny trees is also a hilarious thing too because there's just so much sticks. It's just crazy. You can get so many piled up in the buncher. It's just nuts. Just sneak down around here. Long way down the mountain, but I think we got her. Yeah, and then the next episode we'll do a quick unload of this guy, and we're gonna go back up and we're gonna try to use this grapple to grab that forestry grinder and bring it over to the processor so we can clean up the mess that we're making by the yarder. That'd probably be a good call. Yeah, this thing handles really well now, though. It's so much nicer to drive. I mean, it's still not 100% perfect like I would like it to be, but it's sure is a crap ton nicer than it was for sure. So let's park it about there-ish. Actually, we'll just leave it locked for now. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at this. When we come back to the next one, like I said, we'll do an unload, and then we'll try to get that forestry grinder in place. Maybe do some more yarding. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe, and oh my god, I can't get across the fence. If you're in the bush, don't forget to hug a tree. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.